In this podcast episode, Jack Barsky shares his experience of being recruited by the KGB as a spy in the West. Barsky was born in East Germany and raised in the depths of the communist regime. He was recruited by the KGB while pursuing his degree in chemistry and was eventually sent to the U.S. to act as a double agent. Barsky recounts his double life in the U.S., his eventual abandonment of the communist ideology, and his current work as a mentor to young people who may be attracted to utopian ideologies. Barsky discusses the pervasive propaganda and brainwashing in East Germany, which led him to fully embrace the communist ideology. He explains that the communist regime focused on the next generation of intellectuals, aiming to recruit them as leaders of the future. The allure of being part of the elite and the promise of a better life in the West were key factors in his decision to join the KGB. The conversation delves into the moral conundrums Barsky faced during his recruitment and espionage activities. He reflects on the lack of emotional ties to his family and the absence of moral qualms at the time. He also highlights the intellectual pride and condescension that often accompany the pursuit of utopian ideologies, as well as the allure of adventure and material luxury offered by the KGB. Barsky shares his experience of joining the Communist Party while studying chemistry at university. He explains that the party membership was seen as a necessary step for career advancement and that the Marxist ideology was presented as a scientific discipline. He also describes the targeted recruitment methods used by the KGB to identify potential candidates, which led to his eventual recruitment as a spy. The conversation then shifts to the differences and similarities between the Stasi and the KGB. Barsky explains that both organizations operated in a similar manner, with the KGB having first dibs on candidates they were particularly interested in. He describes the KGB and Stasi as Big Brother and Little Brother and highlights their shared methods of surveillance and control. In Canada, Barsky lived as a tourist and made friends, but his primary task was to obtain American documentation. He eventually moved to the U.S. and worked as a bike messenger in Manhattan, where he learned about American culture and behavior. He was tasked with obtaining a birth certificate and establishing a new identity, which would allow him to return to Europe and set up a company to funnel money back to the Soviet Union. The KGB's long-term goal for Barsky was to operate in the realm of foreign policy and influence decision-makers. However, Barsky later learned that the KGB's main value in having him in the U.S. was as a potential asset in case of a breakdown in diplomatic relations. The KGB was concerned about the potential expulsion of diplomats and the need for agents to remain behind enemy lines. Barsky shares the details of his life as a spy, including the challenges of maintaining his cover and the psychological toll of living a double life. He discusses the ideological indoctrination he underwent and the ways in which he was trained to manipulate and deceive others. He also reflects on the moral and ethical dilemmas he faced as a spy, particularly as he became disillusioned with the communist ideology. Barsky reveals the events that led to his eventual defection to the United States, including his deepening love for his daughter and his growing disillusionment with the KGB and communism. He describes the moment when he decided to abandon his spy identity and start a new life in America. He also discusses how he came to the attention of the FBI and the extensive debriefing process he underwent to share his knowledge of KGB operations and recruitment tactics. As Barsky reflects on his life, he discusses his ideological transformation and his journey towards faith. He explains how his experiences as a spy and his personal struggles led him to reevaluate his beliefs and ultimately embrace Christianity. He emphasizes the power of love and the importance of individuality, and he shares his mission to mentor and guide young people away from destructive ideologies. Barsky offers advice to young people who may be attracted to utopian ideologies and radical movements. He encourages them to seek the truth, question the narratives they are presented with, and develop critical thinking skills. He emphasizes the importance of mentorship, accountability, and personal growth, and he shares his commitment to providing guidance and support to the next generation.